Right, we're here doing a few videos on the Targa Twin Street Sleeper project. So if you want to check out the other videos, it takes you through what we've been doing in terms of the registration of getting this scooter imported and registered. That's also in the current edition of Scootering magazine, out now, the March edition. And then we've also done a separate video going through some of the components which we will be fitting to this Street Sleeper project, so you can check out what tank, suspension, electrics and other bits that we're using in the build. Aside from that, one other thing that I've just got in that I'm going to be using for this time, I've never used one of these before, so I just want to talk a little bit about it. As a side issue, it sort of links into the helmets that I have been using for the past few years, but it's the Sena 10c Pro helmet cam. As part of my job as editor at Scootering magazine, I want to sort of not only do the written word and the still photographs and all that. I want to. Online stuff isn't primarily what we're about, but in this current world, YouTube, Facebook, and all the rest of it, there's so much stuff out there, and I want us to be part of that. So this is why we're doing just some of these little videos. I got myself one of these Sena cams, and I'm going to have a go with it. I've just spent last night plumbing all the bits into the helmet, so I'm just going to talk about that next. So it's the 10c Pro, I'll go through that in a second. In terms of the helmet, so I had a choice of which one to put it in. I have two helmets that I've been using for the past 3 years. I had this one first, and I got this one because the Caberg is it's a sub £200. It was at the time when it first came out. It's even less than that now, but I think the retail price of this, it's the Caberg, I think they call it the Duke 2 Legend, but it's the flip front with the dark flip down visor as well. So you've got your external visor, and then you've got this inner flip down visor as well as the flip up front. Those are the features I wanted. This was a sub £200 helmet. Got it, and I'll be honest, I've loved it. It's a great helmet. I used to work in the motorcycle industry a long time ago. Spent a lot of time running motorcycle stores. I was an Arai and Shoei trained technician, whatever that means. It essentially means you can fit visors and pull out all the liners of your helmet. You don't need to be trained by Arai or Shoei to do it. But I used to sell helmets for a living, so I have good insight into helmets, how they fit and the materials used. And believe me, they're not all created equal. A lot of people are quite willing to just buy a crash helmet, not look into the safety ratings of it, the fitment of it, and to me that's a bit of a risk. So I pay close attention to fitment. I also check out the Sharp website for the Sharp safety ratings. Yeah, they've all got British Standard kite mark or equivalent ratings to be able to be sold, but that is a minimum standard, and then a lot of helmets go on to really exceed that standard, and these two both have reasonably good Sharp ratings. The only problem I had with this one is that due to all this flip up stuff and flip down bits and pieces and all the vents in it, it's quite a large shell size. It isn't the lightest of helmets, it's certainly not the heaviest, but it's not the lightest. It's quite a large shell size, quite cumbersome on when you're wearing it. And I found that it was a little bit, just fractionally tight on the forehead bit, and after a period of time I found it would irritate me with riding for long durations. So when the opportunity arose, I ran with this. This is the Shark helmet. Oh God, I always forget the name of this. The Explore R. This is the carbon version. These two helmets are completely different animals. This isn't a flip front helmet. It does have the internal flip down visor still, which I like. And they're a completely different animal, and they're at completely different price points. This was £190 when it came out. You can get them a bit cheaper now, and I think this was £390 when it came out, and again you can get these cheaper now. But in terms of the difference between the two, they are like chalk and cheese, and when you pay £390 for something like this, you know where the extra money went. It is so light, it is so strong, and it is by far and away, having worn Shoei, having worn Arai, this is the most comfortable helmet I have ever worn. Now that is quite an individual thing. That doesn't mean that Shark are all more comfortable than Arai or than Shoei. It just means it suits me a bit better than they did. Previously I was a big fan of the Arai Quantum range. Back in the day it was the Quantum E and the Quantum F. They were the most perfect fit I could find amongst any brand of helmet, and I would say that this, having tried it, this now fits me better than the old Arai Quantum used to. It's incredibly light, it's incredibly comfortable, and I had to make a choice of what helmet to put this into, and because I enjoy wearing this helmet so much, to the point that sometimes, you know, it does what it should do. I'm out on the scooter and I forget I've got it on. It's got a very wide range of vision, it's very comfortable. I didn't want to go messing with all the liners and bits and pieces and having earphones and microphones stuck in my face and all the rest of it in this helmet. So I've elected to run this one now as the filming helmet. So when I go out to do a test ride on a scooter, this will be the helmet that I use. If there's something that I want to feature in a video, this will be the helmet I use for that. So I got the 10c, Sena 10c Pro, got it all unpacked. It's pretty straightforward, I have to say, and I've taken a few helmets apart. The hardest part of setting this thing up was actually fitting all the microphone and the earpieces in, because I had to rip all this stuff out, get it all in, route the wires around. I did do it last night after I'd had a couple of drinks. Perhaps I should have done it during daytime before I'd had a couple of drinks. Maybe the alcohol didn't help, but it was a faff getting all this in. And when I got it in, they were pressing on my ears, and it was, you know, I knew it would irritate me whilst I was riding. Because this is a flip-up helmet, positioning of the microphone was a bit of a, you know, not exactly how you would want it. It's not going to stick to the inner chin guard because that's going to flip up. So I've got this microphone bobbing about under my nose. But for for the prospect of using it specifically as a filming only helmet now, which is what I'll use it for, the stuff's in, it fits okay, and I can, you know, put up with it for the duration of me filming stuff. If I was going to have to wear this helmet on a day-to-day basis, I'd really have to probably start again from scratch and rip it all out and get it fitted in perhaps a bit better than I already have done, because the earpieces are pressing on my ears, and I know over a long period, anybody wearing this on a day-to-day basis with these earbuds in, it will come to irritate them. So the pieces are in, the camera's working okay. You can go online, I've got the iPhone, you can get an app, so you just download the app, sync it in with this, it's really easy to do, and then you can get a live view by looking at your phone. You can see where the camera's focusing, what the field of vision is. So once you sat on the scooter, you can just look on your phone and you will see what the camera is filming, so you know that you're not going to go out and do a test ride and you've got the camera pointing at the wrong angle or not picking up the right bits and pieces. And then you can press the button on your phone to start the recording, slot it in your pocket, go off, do your ride, and then you can download the file to your phone and use the whole phone app to sort out the files. So I haven't used the camera yet. I'm probably going to go out now, do my first test ride with it, see how I get on, capture a little bit of footage, probably just go around the block just to see how it works, come back and then have a go at uploading the files, see how I get on. So if anybody's interested in getting a helmet cam, wants to know a bit more about it, just keep your eyes on this video and we'll see how we get on with the Sena 10c Pro. Okay, hopefully we've got the Sena camera set up now, and this is my first outing with it. Just going to give it a buzz on the Sei Giorni, just going to go around the block so that I don't do a massive ride, get back and find out I've been pressing the wrong buttons. So inside the helmet, I can hear a little bit of wind noise, not sure if the microphone picks that up or not. But hopefully the audio should be reasonably clear, so that as we're doing future test rides, we can give some commentary on what's going on with the machine, the road conditions and various other bits and pieces. But for now we'll just enjoy the ride out on the Sei Giorni. hope that the camera's recording and that we're picking up all the necessary audio and images at the right level. Right, quick buzz around the block and then back to see what's on the camera. Let's get on with the ride. Little yokel local tootling along, and the little Ford, 20 mph job, frustrating. Seeing as I live around here, it's probably a neighbour, so I won't razz past them. Politely wait till they're out of the way. Unless of course he turns right, because I'm turning right, in which case I am going past him. Oh, for God's sake. Thank you, sir. These roads are fairly bumpy, so it'll be interesting to see how the camera smooths that out. I'll have to double check when I get back, but I think I've got this on the lowest resolution setting, so I haven't even got it set up on the sharpest one. I'm sure this is only something like 30 frames per second. Bit gravelly down here, just got to watch your watch where you place your front wheel under that gravel. Razz up here. Got a low sun today, sun's in my eyes, but dark visor in this Caberg helmet flips down and just keeps that in check. That's it, round the block, back up. Way up. Could have been a disaster. And that's us back home. Hopefully I've captured something on the camera and pressed all the right buttons, but I'll go inside now, download the file and see.